Okay, hello. I'm Bao, and now I will be showcasing my project 2, the final project for CS207, Object-Oriented Analysis and Design. First off, I will go through my database. So first, let's start up my server. This server will be hosting my SQL database in a local host to simulate a remote server. Yeah, so this, in the context of this project, this is like a remote server. Okay, so for the data, for the databases, we are working with two. The first one is the MongoDB Atlas database. So it has two collections. The first collection is customers, which hold information on the customer of the project. Right now, as an example, we have two customer, and here is the information. The second collection is order. So this holds the order that every order that a user have made in our system. So it holds the ID of the user who made the order, the price, the date. It also holds the information on the product that were purchased and in what quantity. So in our project features like viewing history, making a sales report. We'll be working with this data from this MongoDB Atlas database. The second database that we're working with is a remotely hosted database. This is the server that I just started up in the beginning of the video. So this is hosting my SQL database on localhost 8080. So this is the REST API endpoint for product. So when we put product in the URL here, it returns every product in a JSON format. It also works with users. So here are our users, and yeah, it returns them in a JSON format. We also have orders as well. All right, this is our orders. We this order is actually a bit deprecated because we don't really use this order information from this database, because when we are working with order, we are actually using the order information from the MongoDB database instead. So this is just for show, essentially. It also have the RESTful API endpoint for specific product IDs. So, for example, product, if you put number /2, it will return the product with an ID of 2 in a JSON format. Same thing you can do it with users too. So let's see, you want to see the user with ID of 3. So this is their So this is their ID, and this is the rest of the information. It works with order as well. So you want orders with ID of 10, and this would be that kind of order. So this is our server, and other functions that require data from the server will make REST API requests to the server to get data. Yeah. So let's go and the functions that handle the data connection to MongoDB and to the remotely hosted database is all in data adapter.java. Right. Now on to our first feature, which is the web search feature. So let me run it in a separate instance. As you can see, this database is hosted on localhost 8080, and the search feature is actually hosted on localhost 9090. So it's a completely different port, This is to simulate cases where a server is in one place and the user open up a website to search in a completely different place in a completely different device. Yeah, so this allows you to search for things like ID. For example, you want something with a product with ID equal 2, for instance. You can search it, and it will return to you in this basic page. So you search for product with ID equal 2, and this is product with ID equal 2. For example, you want something larger than 2, you can put it in, and as you can see, the ID is larger than 2. You can do it with price too. So let's say you want something with price smaller than 50, for instance. Then yeah, it will show you things where the price is smaller than 50. It works with the remaining stock as well. So how many product is in your that do the store have. So let's say you want things with less than 100 stock. So all these products have less than 100 remaining stock. Also work with equal signs as well. Yeah, let's see, 85. Yeah, see, equal 85 equal 85. So what is happening here is when I make this search, this web search feature is actually making a get REST API request to this server. So it makes a request to this remotely hosted server, and it gets the information, and then it does stuff with that information to display it, to format it, and such. Yeah, that is the web search feature. Next, we have the desktop apps. So I have 3 user cases: customer, cashier, and owner. So let's go through them one by one. First one is customer. So let's log in as a customer. Alright, so you can do several things here. You can browse product, so see the information on product to see what you want to buy. Yeah. You can view your own purchase history. So this guy have made 2 purchases on our system. This is the information, value, date, ID, which product did they buy, and what is the quantity at which they buy it. Yeah. So there's that. You can edit your profile. So let's say you're Mr. One. You want to change their account number to like a bunch of 2s and your bank to 2 bank. Then you can save changes. And the next time you open it up, it's still the same. The fun and interesting part is that when you edit your profile, it make a put REST API request to this remotely hosted server to change the information. So when I load this back up with users, you can see that the information from Mr. One have changed because our desktop app is actually interacting with the server using REST through REST API. Yeah, you can buy products as well, and you can buy a product. So let's say I want to buy things. Let me see the product first. Yeah, let's see. I want to buy some books, for example. So the ID is 1, and the quantity. Let's say I want to buy 25 books. That's this is the total value. I want to add some more. I want to buy some pen as well for the book. So ID 3 and 20 pen. So when you can finish and pay, yeah, finish and pay. So when you finish and pay, it actually does 2 things. First, it put the order into MongoDB Atlas. So I'm going to show you that thing right here. Just give some time to load. Yes, as you can see, this is the order that we have just made. We buy about 25 books and 20 pen. This is the ID of the user who made the order. This is the price, and this is the date when we made the order. So first thing is that it puts this all the information into MongoDB, and then it also update the quantity. So as you can see, the book is currently 85, and pen is 140. But when I reload this, there's only 60 book, and now pen only have 120. So when a user buy a product, it reduces the remaining stock of that product. So again, when we buy a product, it makes a request to this remotely hosted server to reduce the number of stock, and it make a request to the MongoDB database to add an order in. So that is features for the customer, buy product, browse product, view history, and edit profile. Now we move on to the cashier. So let's start the cashier instance. Cashier. So cashier, you can do two things. You can adjust product information. So let's say product information is 6. You can load it up, see it is a desk in the price, and you can change the information like name, price, quantity. Let's say I want to change quantity. It is 35. I want to change it to 60 because some error is made. I want to correct it. For example, I can save my changes, and see when I load this up, notice the stock for this. When I load this back up, it is now 60 because I have changed it using my desktop app. I can order something for on behalf of my customers as well. So let's say I want to buy expensive notebook, and I want my three. I want my three. So that's $3,000. And then I want to make this on behalf of customer user ID 3. I can order for them. Yes. And when I order for them, the same thing happen where the MongoDB database is updated with the order. So let's see. Give it a second to load. Yeah, see, just made it. I just purchased 3 expensive notebooks, so this is the order that I have just made. And same thing, notice the stock for expensive notebook, it is 10. When I reload it, it is just 7 because I have just purchased 3 on behalf of the customer as the cashier. Oh, it's also for adjusting product. You can also add new product. So let's say I want to add a product of ID 10. Let's say product name is like I don't know, mouse pad. Right, and you can change. It's a very cheap mouse pad, so 40. You have a lot of it, so the quantity is 100, and you can save this into. So this is making a request to a REST API request to this server, and it will add a new product. So here, this is the new product that we have just made. So this send a REST API push request, and it uses REST API. This desktop app uses REST API to communicate with this remotely hosted server to add new data in. So that is for the cashier. Now let's move on to the owner. So as owner, you can do several things. So first, I adjust the product exactly the same as the cashier. So I'm not going to show this anymore. You can order more product to increase the quantity. So let's say you see that you only have 7 expensive notebook left. You enter the product ID, and then you want to order 13 more. And it submit order, and it send a request to the supplier or whatever, and then it will update the quantity in the database. So now there's 7, but when I reload it, it is 20 because I have just ordered 13 more. Right, that's one feature. I can also see the sales report. So this is all the order that have been made within our database. So this is the order number made by who, the total value, and made when. So this is all of that information. This is every order. You can also see it a monthly aggregated report. When you click this, it's like you see the sales of this month. So this is total number of money that you have made from selling in this month. So this is all the product that was sold. The name and the quantity that was sold. As you can see, and this is the total amount that each customer have spent. And you see this connects to the MongoDB database. So orders that we have just made right now in this video also shows up here. So book and pen and 3 expensive notebook. It grab the latest data when I do this because it is connected to the MongoDB Atlas database. Yes, so that is my project. Thank you.